Alright guys, welcome to another beer review. Got the week off, so that means day drinking and not showering for 2 days. So, living my best life. So today, we're going over to the Southport Brewery, and this is a bottle of the Dark Knight, which is, I believe it's a mild. That's why I picked it up. Yes, it is. Dark Knight is a dark traditional mild ale. Dark Knight is named in memory of the Mexico shipping disaster in 1866, which led to the founding of the RNLI. Royal Navy Life. Would that be the horrifically underappreciated people who risk their lives every day because of disasters on the sea and lots of people who shouldn't be on boats, especially when it comes to disastrous weather? But I think that's who it is. Anyway, I've not had something from Southport Brewery for ages, and Southport is about it's about a half an hour, 40-minute bus ride away, 20-minute drive away. You can actually get the train, but you have to go to Wigan, or you can get it from Poland, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, Southport Brewery, not had anything for a while. And I picked this up at sort of like a local garden centre, which is where I usually find them. And I've not actually been to Southport for a drink for a while, because there's a bar on the front, I think, in a little bottle shop, and then of course you've got Taps and Bottles, or Taps and Bottle, I can't remember what it's called. Great place, went to a cask festival there a couple of years ago, and also managed to pick up a bottle of Bellwoods, which I've never seen any other shop stock any of that stuff. It was the Jelly King, which is their sort of like fruited goes or Berliner Weisse. It was really damn good, and yeah, it was in there for a dead good price. And yeah, I've only been there like a handful of times, but I know Ross from being Omicron is a big fan of not only that place but Southport in general. He goes down there quite a few times. Still need to actually do a bit of a meet-up with Ross, because I've been to one of the bottle shows and met him a couple of times since then as well. What am I talking about? Anyway, so yeah, I do love a good bottle of mild, and where better to get a bottle of mild or a pint of mild, doesn't matter, than in the northwest of England. So I think what I've had in the past was like maybe a golden ale and I think a stout, which was to commemorate a train or a train driver from the Southport area. I can't remember. It's been a hell of a long time. But I thought, do you know what? I've not had a good pint, bottle, whatever of mild for a while. And I love milds. It's probably one of my favourite styles. So I thought I'll pick up a bottle. And I think I've got a bottle for Dean as well, for when we have the meet-up in Bedwin with Harry. So let's see what we get. Could have pulled that much, much better, but oh well. I think we're going to have some cream of chicken soup with a bit of a Lancashire sauce put on it. This stuff is absolutely amazing. It's basically got chili, fennel, cumin, onion, celery seed, dark soft brown sugar, mustard flour, garlic, and then you've got the like turmeric, fenugreek, and coriander. It's a nice spicy sauce, and don't get me wrong, Henson's relish, Hendo's on your cheese and toast, can't beat it. But if you want just a little bit of a kick, then Lancashire sauce on cheese and toast is just the ticket. Anyway, who gives a shit? Talking out my arse. So, beer in a glass then, and yeah, that's a lovely sort of dark brown. I wouldn't necessarily say it's ruby, but it's not jet black. You could see a little bit of like that sort of cola, like light bleeding through at the bottom. Beer poured initially with about 3 fingers worth of a slightly beige head, but it subsided and rested nicely. Looks really nice in the glass. So let's see what we get on the nose. Get berries, a little bit of chocolate. Very subtle, musky, soft coffee nose. A little bit of toffee. It's maybe a bit of like a raspberry or blackcurrant licorice going on as well. It just, there's something so satisfying about the aroma of a mild. So robust, and the amount of flavour and character that you can get in a 3.9% beer, where nowadays, you know, it's beers like double IPA, double IPAs, double dry hopped, triple IPAs, that sort of thing, and imperial, you know, adjunct riddled stouts, which I'm a big fan of, don't get me wrong, but it's amazing how something really nice, simple and traditional can just pack so much flavour at a low ABV. So I'm very much excited about this one. Let's give it a taste and see what we get. Cheers, guys. That is just what the doctor ordered. There's a lovely char roasty character in this one, like a burnt barrel character almost. Do you know what it sort of reminds me of? Which I need to do because we've got loads of like letters and confidential information that I need to burn. It reminds me of like when you stood outside and you've got a little bit of a fire pit and you're burning all the, you know, causing havoc with the environment. But who cares? I'll be dead long before we see any direct issues of global warming and that sort of stuff. I'm not disregarding it. I'm saying we should be much better. But me burning paper in my back garden, not going to really cause too much problems. So, shut up, Greta Thunberg. But yeah, it's got that. You get that smoky flavour when you accidentally taste it. It's really nice and smoky, woody, really big savoury character. Has a really strong coffee-like bitterness as well. Up front, you get a bit more of that berry sort of flavour. A little bit of muscovado sugar. It's got a lovely body to it as well. It's a light body, but it's creamy at the same time. It's just satisfying. This is pretty much at room temperature, and it's just drinking absolutely beautifully. This is a great example of a mild. And I think that's where you're going to get the best examples of this style, is at your local real ale brewery. I know Prospect in Standish, although I think they've got a brewery premise. Phone's ringing, ignoring it. I think they've got some premises at in Wigan Town Centre as well, just by Wigan Central. I'm not sure if that's still an active brewery or if it's just, I don't know. But then it makes sense because they always have, I can't remember which one it is, but they've got like a good few beers from Prospect, always on tap in Wigan Central. But yeah, we're talking about completely different areas now. But yeah, I think to get the best of this style, you have to go to your local, really small real ale brewery. Don't get me wrong, stuff that you can get in most like social clubs, labour clubs, conservative clubs, if that's such a thing, and some of the bigger, like Banks's mild, that's a damn good mild you can get 4 cans of and on tap. I think you're always going to get a good mild in general, and yeah, I'm going to decline that phone call so it doesn't stop the video. I'm actually surprised it didn't just completely stop the camera then. But yeah, definitely check out your local real ale brewery and pick up their dark mild for a good example. From what I've had from these guys, very serviceable beers. I'm not really a big fan of like traditional golden ales. I much prefer a bitter, that sort of thing. But yeah, I don't buy enough of this sort of beer from local breweries, and I really need to change that because you're not going to be disappointed by it. And then it's one of those like counter arguments to like the supermarket craft, I suppose. Although you can get some really great stuff, sometimes you'll have like an IPA and it's like it just tastes like a okay IPA that I can get anywhere. But something like this, there's just quite a bit more flavour and character to it. And I think I paid like about £3.80 for the bottle. I'm not too upset about that because I'm supporting a brewery who's not too far away from me, and I have to go down to Southport a bit more and enjoy beers like this a lot fresher. But yeah, I can't fault that. I really can't fault it at all. It's what I was hoping, it's what I was expecting, and it's delivered it in spades. So to me, it's a 10 out of 10. It really, really is. I think this is fantastic. It's filling me up already. It's a meal in a glass, and it's only 3.9%. It always boggles my mind that a beer of that ABV can pack so much body, so much flavour. And yeah, I think it's a style that is criminally overlooked when it comes to craft brewing. Even though I know Cloudwater did a mild, and I think there've been a few others, but make more beers like this, because I can't imagine it's the most expensive style either. You're not having to import, the latest cryo hops or anything like that. You can just get good, solid ingredients and just brew just beautiful beers like this. So yeah, 10 out of 10 for Southport Brewery's Dark Knight. If you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. It'd be good if my good friend Adam, if you're watching this, buddy, I'd like to hear your thoughts, opinions on Southport Brewery, because I know you're quite local as well, in the grand scheme of things, of course. And yeah, lovely, lovely stuff indeed. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking with that little bit of a ramble at the end. Go check out Southport Brewery. And if you ever come across any of these beers, pick them up. Definitely give them a try. Because that, to me, is a very satisfying drop indeed. See you guys later, and you all take care.